Tonight on Alaska's news source, statewide experts gather to help you be ready for wildfire season, what they say you should expect this year.
And rainy skies are in store for Mother's Day in some parts of Alaska, with breakup season in full swing.
Plus, Interior Alaska's tourism season is nearly here, the outlook for Fairbanks, and a groundbreaking ceremony for a new trail in Anchorage where you could be able to walk and ride your bike on the coast.
You're watching Alaska's news source.
Even though we are still seeing colder weather, summer 2026 is expected to be an average wildfire season in Alaska. That's according to several experts at the Interagency Wildfire Open House at Hilltop Ski Area today. They say once the ongoing cold and wet spell comes to an end, people should be on alert about causing and encountering fires. The Alaska Interagency Coordination Center situation dashboard shows there have been about 30 fires statewide this year, with about 20 acres burned. More than 10 of those fires were confirmed this week. Bailey Braun with the National Weather Service explained why some areas are naturally at more risk than others.
The interior tends to experience more wildfire just because they see more thunderstorms than we do here. In Anchorage itself, we are kind of tempered by the marine environment, which leads to better stability of the atmosphere and cooler temperatures than what we see in the interior Alaska. They see temperatures in the 90s, they're drier.
Still, the Anchorage Office of Emergency Management urges people to be prepared this summer. The emergency program manager used his booth to share his office's advice for handling fires and other emergencies.
The main point is always be prepared. You don't need to wait for authorities to tell you to go or to tell you when to be prepared. Always have your go kit, your communications plan, and know how you're going to stay informed in an emergency.
He recommends everyone in Anchorage sign up for the new RAVE mobile safety alerts by texting your zip code to 67283. Officials with the Alaska Division of Forestry and Fire Prevention previously told us South Central's weather may delay the wildfire season. On our website, we have details on why the time between snowmelt and green up can be dangerous. And Mother's Day is just a day away, but what kind of weather should we plan for? We turn to meteorologist Bailey Braun with the details.
Thank you, Michaela. If you are in Southeast or into South Central, get ready for a rainy Mother's Day. Pack your rain jacket, pack your umbrella. It is going to be very drizzly. So as we look ahead with that forecast across the state, we're actually going to be seeing some drier conditions into areas like the interior and even out into western Alaska. Some mostly cloudy skies for Bethel, partly sunny skies for Fairbanks. But for Anchorage, these temperatures are still sitting just about 10 degrees below normal for your Sunday. We will see a little bit more of that rain into the afternoon. But for Southeast and especially for Juneau, just the whole region, brace for rain all day long. Into Anchorage, we'll see that rain begin to pick up just a little bit more by Sunday afternoon, but during the morning hours, that chance will be fairly low. So it'll be fairly dry for the morning hours, and then brace for a little bit more of that wet weather by the afternoon, like I had mentioned. But for your Sunday, wet weather all day into Southeast, South Central, but heaviest amounts of rain are expected into the Copper River Basin, where we are actually going to see a couple of inches of rain begin to accumulate into areas like Whittier. Now, one thing we will be tracking throughout the day today is going to be these flood warnings and advisories. We have 3 on the map right now, flood watches out into the western coastline, and this is going to be for that breakup season that we are monitoring. So as we progress into our full weather segment just a little bit later, I'll tell you everything that you can expect and all the updates on our breakup season with more ice jams, but you can already see on the radar all of that active weather pushing into the Copper River Basin and just off the coast of Southeast Alaska. We're also going to be bracing for a little bit more of those windy conditions across Southeast with gusts up to about 25 and even 30 miles per hour, but you can just see that storm not really going anywhere. It's taking its sweet time over the southern coastline all the way from Sunday morning into Sunday afternoon and even carrying into Monday morning before moving into the interior. So for tomorrow, brace for temperatures to be just slightly on the cooler side in the mid-40s for Anchorage, but all that rainy weather really expected into Southeast with temperatures in the 50s.
Thanks, Bailey. Tourism season is approaching the Alaska interior, and those in the industry are seeing good things in the early numbers. Alex Bingle takes us through what's to come in Fairbanks this season.
It's like expected to be a record cruise season.
With cruise ship visitors only a week away, Scott McCrae with Explore Fairbanks expects high visitor numbers this summer.
If we look at the segment of the cruise land tour, segment, which usually comprises about 41% of our summer visitation. It's looking to be a really good summer, just statewide.
Some passengers on these cruises traveling up to Fairbanks for a tour.
Princess is added on a fourth cruise ship for this summer. Royal Caribbean has their largest cruise ship, about 5,000 capacity, that's coming into Seward.
McRae expressing concern about the independent market, which is harder to gauge and may be affected by uncertainty in global markets, including the prices of fuel and jet fuel.
We always try to keep an eye on all those different factors that could, ultimately impact the people coming here.
Last year's summer tourism season, meanwhile, went better than expected, and the area is seeing new attractions, including a recently opened planetarium at UAF and an upcoming air and automobile museum expected in June.
We are right now just at probably one of the greatest moments here within the Fairbanks visitor industry, with the addition of new, exciting year-round products and attractions that are really going to help change the landscape here in terms of the tourism industry.
But many tourists still come to the interior for its natural beauty, leaving with a connection to its people. Alex Bengal, Alaska's news source.
And in Anchorage, down near Ship Creek today, a groundbreaking ceremony on a major new connection for Anchorage's trail system. The Anchorage Parks Foundation says the project will continue the coastal and Ship Creek trails via a 1 mile long stretch of trail that goes from Elderberry Park around the boat launch and rail yard into Ship Creek. Anchorage's mayor and several lawmakers made remarks touting the connection as a boost for Anchorage's robust trail system.
Trails really do connect us. This project is really important for our health, for our economy, for our growing tourism industry, and for the outdoor recreation industry in our community.
The Muni says it expects the bid for the project to open Friday, and the trail may be open by the end of summer 2027.
Thanks for listening. Click subscribe so you can get the latest podcast from Alaska's news source automatically. And stay up to date with breaking news and in-depth reporting available for free 24/7 with the Alaska's news source app.